So I want Puffin here. I wanted to make one particular video about people playing stupid as regards to Trump, as regards to the Trump riots yesterday. And when I say playing stupid, I guess Trump is probably the first one you want to talk about because he's pretending he doesn't know he lost the election. That's playing stupid, like uh, lying about something that you know is true. Um, But the one who I don't think is getting nearly enough attention throughout all of this, through the election of Trump and enabling him all these 4 years, has been Mark Zuckerberg. I think he's the most instrumental in getting Trump elected as far as making fake accounts to make Trump seem popular. You can say we don't know about that in America, although I'm sure we do. I haven't read all the reports. But I know for a fact from listening to the coverage of the Brazilian election that for months and months, BBC was reporting how popular Bolsonaro was. And then 3 days before the election, they reported that Facebook and Twitter removed 150,000 fake accounts that were promoting the popularity of Bolsonaro. Which, if you understand anything about social media, if you have enough accounts, that many accounts doing that for 6 months, you create a appearance of popularity that increases, amplifies anyone who actually is a genuine supporter's voice well beyond their numbers. And then you get to the point where you've done that to the BBC is constantly, every night they were reporting on how popular Bolsonaro was. And it made me sick because I knew what he stood for, but they wouldn't mention the name of his opponent ever in any of this coverage. And it was just disgusting. But that's what you get by these sensational Nazis really being able to soak up that type of social media attention. In this case, Bolsonaro, Trump, and Modi in India, who I'm sure Facebook helped elect Modi in India, and Netanyahu in Israel. Brazil, USA, and India have some of the worst coronavirus in the world. And it's because you have these leaders that Putin picked through Facebook uh, causing genocide in our countries. And we need to start calling that what it is. But also pointing out that Facebook was not duped by this. It's not just that they were raking in the money for allowing it to happen. They actively did things that only they had control over, as far as censoring leftist accounts, as far as promoting all these trolls and fake accounts, and never taking them down, also creating them themselves, as far as I can tell, and having just all these algorithms and everything that completely enabled Trump. And I've got so many examples of that, I don't even want to start talking about it. But I've seen that happening for years and been calling out for years, and I get banned on Facebook probably 11 months out of the year. And again, I'm not going to get into the examples. But people probably have enough of their own examples. And if you look into it, there's some big enough ones that they have reported on nationally but not addressed nationally, such as the Cambridge Analytica scandal. Everyone knows about that. Mark Zuckerberg's out was saying, well, I didn't know. The problem is his vice president is directly responsible for hiring the Mossad, Israeli intelligence agency, to cover up the story years before it broke. So he knew about it. He can say he didn't know about it. Or his stupid line about if anybody had known how much, Facebook could affect the election. He knew and was working that for Trump's benefit the entire time. And against Bernie, for instance, the entire time. People have seen those examples on Facebook. So when there's a Facebook memo or Zuckerberg memo that the media reported on, that he's calling it a mob violence and, it's time to go into crisis mode in Facebook, they're just trying to protect themselves. But we need to do something about Facebook